Hello everybody, welcome to another Theros draft. Pretty sweet first pack. Plinkernos is the easy pick here. Other notable cards in the pack are Triton Tactics, really good in the heroic decks and just in general. Heliod's Emissary, Time to Feed. Other than that, the pack is pretty mediocre, but I'd be happy to take the Plinkernos. So, rare missing in our second pack. We have a number of good green options to choose from. Nylea's Emissary is the best card in the pack. There's also Time to Feed, Freakus Mender. Savage Surge is, a solid card. I think I'm gonna go with the Emissary here. I think Emissary is probably the best green card, followed by Time to Feed, and then Mender and Savage Surge. And I mean, the rest of the pack is very lackluster, so certainly bodes well for us that green appears to be very open. And we get a third pick Voyaging Satyr. Awesome. Lightning Strike is also pretty notable. Third pick Lightning Strike is a reasonable signal that the person to my right doesn't want to be in red. And there's also a Sealock monster. Blood Toll Harpy's fine. But I think I just gotta go with the Voyaging Satyr here and stay open on colors. And Satyr's just really, really good. So, seems like a pretty clear pick. Lightning Strike is good, but Lightning Strike means that you're playing red, and red is the worst color in Theros drafts, so I'm not too interested necessarily in going into red. I mean, if it's obviously blatantly open, I guess I can go into it, but I really don't want to. Alright, so we have some pretty good options here. We have an Nessian Courser and an Artisan's Sorrow if we stay in green. Other than that, notable cards in the pack: Cavern Lampod, Observant Aliad, are both solid bestow guys. Dragon Mantle is fine, it cycles. Fnatic Amogus I imagine is good, but I've never played with the card. I've never drafted a heavy red deck and gotten Fnatic before. Here I think it's close between Artisan Sorrow and the Courser. I like the instant speed trick. And I like this card because it also scries. Like it leads to 2-for-1s, removing something at instant speed, and the scry is worth a card quite often. So I like it. If it was the sorcery speed 3-mana one that exiles an artifact or enchantment, I would easily take the 3/3 for 3 over it. But I feel like Artisan's Sorrow is a step above that. I do think it was a really close pick though. Alright, so here, to me, the clear best card is Favored Hoplite. Spear Point Ideal is good. Battle-Wise Valor is good, but Favored Hoplite is very good in a green-white heroic deck, so I'll go ahead and take that. Nothing else exciting. Now this is a really interesting pack, right? We have 3 really good black cards. Like Keepsake Gorgon is very, very, very good. Lash of the Whip is a solid removal spell, and Cavern Lampod is, a reasonable bestow card. So green-black, is probably one of my favorite color combinations. And there's also green-white with Hopeful Eidolon and Observant Aliad. I think you know, it's a really close pick here. I'm gonna go with the hopeful. Oh no, I'm gonna go with the Gorgon. I think it's really close, but black looks like to be slightly more open than white, and I don't know. I really like green black in this format, and I like a death touch guy that also has a removal spell, and I don't know. It's just a personal preference going with green black there. I wouldn't fault anyone for taking the lifelink bestow creature or the observant Iliad there. So alright, so the Centaur is a fine, 20th through 23rd card. Shredding Woods is a good sideboard card. I do like Boon of Erebos. I really like playing 1. I don't necessarily like playing 2. I'm going to take the Centaur here. Ooh, a late Blood Toll Harpy. That is exactly what the doctor ordered. And, nothing really to speak of in this pack. I'll just take the 06 and hopefully not have to play it. Wow, late Viper's Kiss and a late Blood Toll Harpy. Yeah, I'll take the Harpy. Pretty happy about that. Definitely glad that I chose to go black-green instead of black-white. March of the Turned is a 23rd card. This card's not that good. I'm going to hide both of these. I don't really want to play March. I'm going to hide the... Ooh, foil. I'm going to hide the favorite Hoplite for now. Sweet. Let's see, so what are we looking for? More 2-drops. A lot of the decks in this format are looking for good playable 2-drops. That tends to be a theme. You don't really want to play like like vanilla 2/2s for 2 or 2/1s for 2. You want to play cards that have a relevant ability or have bestow, have value in a mid-game situation. Voyaging Satyr is one of the best 2-drops in the format. At least a common for that reason. Alright, so what do we have here? Sea God's Revenge is absolutely insane, but we're obviously not blue. Cutthroat Maneuver is solid. Feral Invocation, solid. Freakus Cure, solid. Staunch Heart Warrior, if you have a million bestow cards, can be solid. It leads to Grip Tide and Voyages and blowouts, but overall, solid card. I think I'm going to go with the Freaka's Cure here. It's hard to find cheap removal in this format, so I'm going to go with that. I really love Feral Invocation though, and the maneuver is also good in race situations, but Freaka's Cure gains you life too, so it's great there as well. The Acolyte is pretty much an ideal pickup here. The card's absolutely insane. Like, it lets you monstrous without that much effort. That's what a lot of these green X decks are trying to do, is just play fatties and monstrous them and go over the top, or bestow an Ilea's Emissary or whatever. So it's really good. See, so we have Centaur Battlemaster, Nylea's Disciple, and Lash of the Whip. I think the Battlemaster is a good deal better than the Disciple. This card just sometimes leads to insane blowouts, where they're not sure what tricks you have, if you have any tricks, and you just get blown out in the middle of combat. Or, you know, you just play a Scourge Mark on your Battlemaster and now it's a 7/6. I mean, it does a lot of powerful stuff. It's really between Lash of the Whip and Centaur Battlemaster here. Close-ish pick. I'm going to go with the Lash. I really like Lash of the Whip, and I feel like the green-black decks... The thing about the green-black decks is if you have enough time, you have a lot of ways to like gain card advantage or grind out decks in the mid-game. So I really like just having removal spells in the green-black deck to prolong the game as much as possible. I would love a Nessian Courser here, but it's kind of close with Lash of the Whip. We do already have 3 5-drops. It's reasonably close. We have like no good 3-drops. Yeah, I'm gonna go with the Lash here. Latest Disciples, a solid addition. Fleshmad Steed, I'm not really a fan of the card. There's situations where you need to kill a creature before you attack and it gets tapped. Like, it can get tapped awkwardly in different ways. In general, like 2/3 of the time it's just a 2/2 for 2, which is okay, but like a 2/2 for 2 isn't even that good in this format, so if I have to, I'd play one, but I wouldn't be happy ever about playing Fleshmade Steed. Here we have a choice between Freaka's Cure and Nessian Courser, which is kind of tough. I really do want a 3-drop creature. Freaka's Cure is that good. Like, it's actually that good. It's very, very good. But the Courser is also really good. So if we're playing Freaka's Cure, we're basically building like a 10/7 mana base, which actually kind of makes Disciple awkward. I'm gonna go with the removal spell. Here, I'm not interested in playing Return Centaur when we already have 3 4-drops plus an Artisan Sorrow and an Emissary. Like, I do not want another 4-drop creature. I'm going to take the Fade into Antiquity for the sideboard, I think. Could take a Savage Surge. It's a reasonable trick. How many non-spell cards do we have? 2 Lashes that we're almost certainly playing. An Artisan Sorrow. 2 Cures and a Boon. So we played those 6. That leaves us with 17 creatures. Like, we might not even have room for this in the main deck, so I'm going to take the Fade for the sideboard. Baleful Eidolon, okay. So this is like, Baleful Eidolon is like the ideal 2-drop. It always like trades up, like it's going to at least trade with a 2-drop or higher, and sometimes bestowing it's just insane. So we don't have that many early creatures. So I'm tempted to take the Unicorn, but then again, Maneuver's like a complete blowout. Yeah, we have a high curve at this point. I'm going to take the Unicorn because of our curve. I mean, I definitely think the Cutthroat Maneuver is a better card than the Abstract, and it still might have been the correct pick, to be honest. It could be. Here, I'll take a Boon of Erebos, which we may or may not play. And a Satyr Hedonist that, you know, if we have to, we can sideboard in. Satyr Hedonist, I think, is actually playable in green-red. Like, you're not excited about it, but it's a fine 23rd because the sacrifice ability can let you monster something quickly or play something expensive quickly. So it's certainly relevant, but, you know, here in green-black, it's not good. Go ahead and hide this. What does this do? Yeah, no, hide that. This is a really good start.